Okay, we're here at ICT4D 2026. I'm Nick Martin in the tank with my very good friend, Erica Hagen. Erica, do you want to say hi to the camera, introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Erica Hagen. I'm with MAP Kibera, and I'm formerly with USAID as well. So I'm here basically to reconnect with my professional roots in Kenya, and it's been very exciting in my first day here.
I love it. Well, tell us more about that. So are there topics and themes that are coming up again and again here in day one that you want to share with folks? What's coming to mind?
Yeah, it's been very exciting. I think obviously one theme that's coming up over and over is AI, and one thing that I found really interesting is just it's kind of being discussed in a way that I'm not hearing it being discussed in DC and in the US, and that's kind of what I was coming here for. I think the perspective from Africa is just a little bit more grounded in the realities of people here and feels more, I don't know, kind of less up in the Silicon Valley, more in the Silicon Savannah realm. So it's been really interesting.
I was writing about that on LinkedIn not long ago, where I was reflecting, now that we're living in Bangkok, just how disruptive can this tech really be for that person who's in the soy pulling a noodle cart? Like, is he going to be using a chatbot? No. But yet there are some pretty powerful macro dynamics that I think are kind of reshaping how like offshore programming is done, and middle class evolution in some of these middle market countries that are probably not going to fully experience that middle class revolution because of the way a lot of the US and European companies are now insourcing a lot of that work. So certainly interesting to be, I think, not in the US where it's all kind of panic and am I going to lose my job? Versus, how is this having a multiplicity of impacts around the world?
Yeah, there's already been some discussion about like local languages, integrations. I've just found it really interesting, sort of the take. I think that what we're doing in the US, like you said, is just kind of panic about the AI impact on jobs. I'm looking forward to hearing more about what people are doing here. Another thing that's really impressed me is just that this really does feel like kind of an African conference. I mean, it's so many from all over the continent. So not just Kenyan, a lot of Kenyans here, but I've met a lot of Africans from around the continent. So it just has a different vibe. I was here at ICT4D last time I was in Nairobi, which was...
Really? Oh my gosh.
I don't know how many years ago.
10 years.
10 whole years.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And it was different. I mean, I will say that that to me seems like a bit of an elephant in the room. We're not really talking about the US aid collapse and the funding collapse. But that in itself is kind of interesting. I'm waiting to kind of understand better, since I've only been here for one day. Whether the impact is just kind of different than what we're feeling in Washington, D.C. Because for us, it's like personal. It's our own government. So personal.
Right, and it was your job, your livelihood, your identity for
super
many
personal
years. And so that makes total sense. It's come up a little bit in the sessions I've been in over the course of the day, but it's been 15, 16 months, so a lot of groups now trying to reimagine and realign versus just sort of survive.
And I am hearing a little bit of positivity around tech funding per se, so as opposed to maybe other vectors of development funding. Of course, tech has always been a private sector heavy area.
Sure has. Is there a session that you had was particularly meaningful in anything you've done today, or what's coming up?
Yeah, let's see. I really liked the opening, but now it's like been overwritten in my brain a little bit by the other sessions. There was an interesting session. They were talking a lot about gender and digital in the context of kind of being an agent. I've also heard this said in another session, kind of going from like access to technology to being like the agent. I guess that means like an empowerment rather than just like a user. So that's come up a few times. I thought that was really interesting. The slides about, taking information and learnings from M-Pesa and how it was sort of naturally homegrown into using AI and tech. I also heard a comment, let's see, we used to think that tech was neutral and like give a person a smartphone. Like the tech itself was neutral. I think that there's been a change in how it's seen now. It's not necessarily neutral, or it's not seen. I think we've just learned a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Erica, we're really grateful for you to having come by the pop-up studio here. We wish you the best of luck in the rest of your conference. Hope it's a great experience, and we're glad you made the trip all the way from DC. So thank you so much.
Thanks.